The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. What do I mean? When you are looking to do something with your life, the best time to do it was 20 years ago. Now we can't go back 20 years ago and do it again. So again, we don't beat ourselves up for learning something today. But the second best time to plant a tree is today. So that means if you learn something today, you ought to apply it today, because 20 years from now, this is good. 20 years from now, you're going to be living in the decision that you made today. Talk. Slow down, Carlos.
Let's go. Let's grow.
What's going on, Carlos V. Spencer here. Another week in helping you get better. Another week here on this channel every Tuesday, putting this thing up, putting this thing out. 10-minute Tuesday, about 10 minutes, a little bit more, maybe a little bit less of information to help and make you better. Today, we're going to talk about an ancient proverb. And in this ancient proverb, I oftentimes like to use this proverb or to say this proverb when I'm teaching people, because whether you're watching today or whether you watch leading up until today and you've been watching every video, I want to make sure that you don't beat yourself up about not knowing something that you didn't know before. That's totally counterproductive. Like if you learn some new information, like, man, I wish I would have known that 20 years ago. I wish I would have known that 10 years ago. I wish somebody would have told me that 5 years ago, right? So the ancient proverb states this: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, right? The second best time to plant a tree is today. I'm gonna say that one more time. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. What do I mean? That means when you are looking to do something with your life, the best time to do it was 20 years ago. Now we can't go back 20 years ago and do it again. So again, we don't beat ourselves up for learning something today. Beat ourselves up for learning something that you learned on another one of these videos, or learning something somewhere else, or learning something that you wish somebody told you and you wish you would have known this information before. It's counterproductive to beat yourself up about not knowing something 20 years ago that could have been beneficial to you, but the second best time to plant a tree is today. So that means if you learn something today, you ought to apply it today, because 20 years from now, this is good. 20 years from now, you're going to be living in the decision that you made today. Talk. Slow down, Carlos. 20 years from now, you're going to be living in the decision that you made today. So if you do learn something, the best thing that you could do is apply it today so that you can benefit from it 20 years from now. But don't beat yourself up for not learning this 20 years ago when you didn't know it 20 years ago. I remember one day in my adult life just thinking, having this thought, man, I wish I would have known more about money. Like, I wish I would have known more about money. And I thought to myself, my grandparents or my parents, I didn't fault them. I wasn't upset at them. But man, I wish they would have taught me more about money, how to understand it, about how to learn more about it, about how to use it better, how to be a master of it, right? And then one day I was wearing these overalls. Overalls back in the day, there's a denim suit, denim outfit that you strapped up on your shoulders. Usually it had metal on them. Right? Sometimes people will rock one arm down. Sometimes people rock both arms down, both arms up. And I had them on. I was walking through my grandfather's house, and he saw it. And he said, "I hate those things." And I'm like, "Granddaddy, you hate my style? Like, what's going on here?" He said, "The metal used to burn my chest when we were in the fields picking cotton." I said, "What?" I'm thinking to myself, wow. Some of the reason why I didn't learn about money before now was because my grandfather was in a state of just coming out of segregation, right? He was just coming out of a state of high racism. My grandfather, I remember him telling a story when he had his military suit on, and when he came back to get on a bus, he sat in the back of a bus. He remembered drinking out of black-only water fountains. And then my mother was the first generation out of that, and then I was out of that. So I say that to say, don't beat yourself up. Sometimes you're in the right space, and you're in the right place, and you're in the right time to be learning what you learn, to be able to push yourself further, so 20 years from now, you'll be better. I couldn't beat myself up anymore for not knowing more about finances. But what I could do was today. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time to plant a tree is today. What I can do is take what I'm learning today to maximize on what I'm doing today. So I always also use that to say, I was talking to somebody today. Start today, right? If you get nothing else from this message but this right here, start today. Start what you're going to do. Stop putting off what you're going to do. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Man, I should have done this 20 years ago. But the second best time to plant a tree is today. You can do this today. Stop putting it off. You're putting it off because I want to get better. I'm putting it off because I want more opportunities. I'm putting it off because I want more things to be lined up. Putting it off, putting your gifting off is like trying to plan getting married or having a child. Those two things often say there is no perfect time. There's no perfect time to get married. There's no perfect time to have a child. You have to go. No, I'm not telling you to go ahead and get married and have a child, but I am telling you that you need to go ahead and do what you're called to do and stop putting it off. Here's what I told somebody today that I got a chance to consult with and coach them a little bit on the phone. I said, why are you waiting? Why are you waiting for everything to line up, for everything to get good? Watch this. While you're waiting, you could be getting better. Yes, while you're waiting, you could be getting better. What do I mean? While you're waiting for this thing to be perfect, you can be getting better at what you're doing. Start a YouTube page or whatever you're doing. You can be teaching, you can be an instructor, you can be a business person, you can be in sports, you can be a physical trainer, right? You can start a YouTube page on this. Now, this is a prime example. Maybe it's not a YouTube page, or you can apply this to whatever you're looking to do, whatever you're looking to start. Stop procrastinating and start now. So if you start today and you don't feel like you're good at it, I remember speaking and I remember doing videos years ago. And I remember looking at the videos when I first started and it was horrible. But I got better over time because I kept doing it. The reason why I say start today is because you give yourself a chance to get better while you're waiting. What does that look like if you're starting a YouTube page or a YouTube channel, or if you're doing something else and you start it? Again, I'm going to give this example of, say you start doing something on YouTube and it's not that good. And a lot of people don't know about you. You're like, a lot of people don't know about me. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't have a lot of people who are looking into what I'm doing. I don't have a lot of views. I don't have a lot of comments. But you're building and getting yourself better. This is what I told the person I was coaching. You're getting yourself better. You're getting yourself better. You're getting yourself better. And now say that you're doing this for 6 months to 8 months to a year. And now you have an opportunity that comes up, say 5.5, 6 months from now. And now you have an opportunity to do that thing live. And now when you have an opportunity to do that thing live and you're up in front of these people and you tell them about your YouTube channel, you tell them about whatever product, you tell them about whatever you're doing that you started 5 months ago. Oh, please grab this. That you started 5 months ago. Now, 5 months ago, if you told these people about what you were doing, they went to your channel or they went to see what you're doing, they probably would see that it wasn't that good. Look, they probably would come and see that, I don't know about this. But since you got better while you waited, now 5.5 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months later, you get this opportunity to do something. And now all these people see you and they go to your product. Watch this. And now they see you 8 months in, 10 months in down the road and you crushing it. You're killing it. You made changes at the beginning. You made adjustments at the beginning. You found out that wasn't the lane, but this is the lane I want to be going down now. Now, since you started earlier and you didn't procrastinate and you got better and you fluttered through the different things and the mistakes, sometimes you can only get better by making mistakes. Sometimes you can only get better by actually doing the thing. I talked to somebody the other day and they're like, they have the fear of speaking, but they won't take any speaking engagements. I'm like, you're not going to get better unless you do it. So now that you have this opportunity later on down the road, and now that you have this influx of business coming your way or subscribers coming your way or people coming up to you and asking the question, where can I find more information about you? Where can I find more of something that you do? Where can I tune in to something that you're doing or saying? Now that the opportunities are coming, now they can go and see what you've been doing and they can see you at the better part. Now, if you're recording it, they can go back and see some of your old videos. That is true. But a lot of people who come to see what you're doing now, they're going to lock into what you're doing now because of what you're doing now. You can even use it as a teaching. You can use some of the videos of what you've done to be able to show people how to get better at what they're doing and show them how you got better. You can also gain more traction by getting more people to come into what you're doing. And here it is. You can also be able to critique yourself and keep making yourself better. Let's think of the metrics, right? Let's think of social media. Let's think of the algorithm, right? A lot of times you don't know what the algorithm is doing, what it's saying, what you should put out, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. If you never do anything, you have nothing to adjust. Please hear this. If you never do anything, there's nothing to adjust. But once you do something and put yourself out there, you can now correct what has been done. You can correct what you did and make what you did better. The only way to get better most times is to actually do the thing, right? To do the thing and then get better at the thing. Someone said, jump and grow wings on the way down. Somebody like, nah, I don't want to do that. One of my mentors says, ready, fire, aim. You'll catch that later. What you mean ready, fire, aim? He said ready, fire, aim, because too many people wait for everything to be perfect to take that shot. And he said, I'm not waiting for everything to be perfect. I'm taking the shot and then I'm going to adjust on the shot I just took. You hear that? Well, I think it was Michael Jordan that said, nobody makes the next shot that they don't take. Right? Nobody will make the next shot that they don't take. I remember playing high school basketball with somebody, and this guy was a very good athlete. But he was like 0 for 20. That means he's like missed every shot. He still was like, all right, give me the ball. We're like, yo, what you mean give you the ball? He's like, I ain't gonna make the next shot unless I take the next shot. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Never beat yourself up for not knowing some information that you never knew, but you're learning now. But you should beat yourself up a little bit, not beat yourself up. Put that pressure on you. If you learn something and you're not doing something about what you learned, learn it, apply it, get better while you wait. And then while you're getting better while you wait, when, not if, the opportunities come, when those opportunities come, they'll start coming to a person, a place, a thing that you're doing that's now better than when you started. It's like this. Some people say, if you want to write a book, write the terrible one first, right? Write the one that, if it's your best book, your best idea, write another one first so you can learn from all the mistakes and write your other book after that. That's what I did. I wrote one of my other books, which was good, but the other book I'm looking to write, I'm writing it second so I can learn from everything and all the mistakes that I did on the first one. I'm Carlos V. Spencer. I'm glad you tuned in with us yet another week. Share this with somebody. Click on the like, click on the share, click on the subscribe. Share this video with somebody else. Let's go. Let's grow.
Let's go. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's get it. Let's